All right, who wants to hear my story?
I
Hooray! So, Jason and the Argonauts, we started the first part last time. I mean, it wasn't really Jason and the Argonauts, but it was backstory, and it's going to be important today, I swear. We talked about the golden fleece. Phrixus flayed that sheep and took his golden coat and gave it to some guy. Yeah, put it on a tree, exactly.
And he only had one shoe.
No.
That was Jason.
That's gonna be Jason. That hasn't happened yet. It was a mistake mentioning the shoe thing. Alright.
No, it gives him personality.
Yeah, it's great. It's just, it's foreshadowing.
I think he lost the other one when he was trying to kill a spider.
Well, you're gonna find out how he lost it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what we're covering today. The story of Jason proper actually begins when Zeus gets mad at this one dude and destroys him and his entire city and everyone he knew, except for his daughter Tyro, who for whatever reason Zeus decides to hand over to Cretheus in Iolcus. Yes.
Tyro is Zeus's daughter.
No.
Oh.
Tyro is the daughter of Solmenius. Is that his name? Solemnius? Something along those lines.
Anyway.
Alright, cool.
Tyro and Cretheus, they end up, the timeline's gonna get wonky, so just be prepared. Tyro and Cretheus have 3 sons. The oldest of them is Aeson, who's gonna be Jason's dad. Alright? So those are their legitimate children. But Tyro also had twins in a dalliance with Poseidon, god of the sea.
God of the douche.
Yes, exactly. God of the douche. So these twins are Pelias and Neleus, which is a lovely naming tradition. Pelias got his name because he was kicked in the face by a horse when people found them abandoned on the mountainside. Because what?
He looked like orange peel.
No, he didn't. It's a Pelian mark was left, which I don't exactly understand what it is, but I think the word Pelia has something to do with horses, because Mount Pelion is also where all the centaurs reigned on the mountainside, so that's a thing.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Shannon.
Hello.
I'm telling the story of Jason and how he lost his shoe.
Will that happen today?
Did you know what
Yes.
to do?
Rhymes. That matches Pelias and
Neleus.
Neleus.
You were so close.
He almost got kicked, so they called him Neleus.
Neleus. And then those two grow up doing their thing. And one day when they're adults, they show up to rescue their mother Tyro from her mother-in-law, which you might recognize this as a problem in the timeline. There's a lot of confusion here as to why she would be at the whims of an evil mother-in-law. But she is, for some reason. So that's a thing. And Pelias and Neleus come to rescue Tyro, and this mother-in-law goes and seeks refuge in the temple of Hera, where Pelias murders her on the altar to Hera.
But Hera is the mother of all bad mother-in-laws, basically. And stepmoms. She's like...
Yeah, maybe that's why she took the evil stepmom's side.
Oh.
Yeah, because she does not like Pelias very much at all, which is how Jason gets the job. Now Pelias and Neleus have reunited with the family that has 3 other sons, so even though Aeson is the eldest son of the king, because Pelias is the son, there's like a specific clause that says that if the son of a queen married to the king is the son of a god, then he also has a right to the throne, just in case. Cretheus is king of Iolcus. Tyro is his wife. Pelias is Tyro's son, and while he's not Cretheus' son, he is Poseidon's son. And so for some reason, he is a legitimate heir to the throne instead of Aeson. So fast forward to many years later, Pelias is king now, Cretheus is dead, Pelias is the king, and he has 2 separate oracles that have told him, first, that death will come to him by a descendant of Aeolus, which is basically the whole Cretheus, Aeson, Jason line of people, and that Pelias should beware a stranger coming with 1 shoe See, we're getting to the shoe.
Oh, we're getting the shoe.
We're getting to the shoe, guys. I still don't understand how he got 2 oracles, because the whole point is meant to be that you can only ask the oracle 1 question
That's why you
for
got
your
2.
life.
If he gets 2 oracles.
No, oracle noun meaning prophecy versus oracle noun person who gives the prophecies.
Oh.
Maybe it was just a run-on sentence from the one prophesier.
Yeah.
That was a cheeky pythoness.
Those cheeky pythoness.
Those cheeky pythonesses. Aeson and his wife, when they have their son, Jason, he's the hero, they need to keep it a secret because, Pelias is like really wary of any descendant of Aeolus that he can't control. And so Aeson and his wife pretend that their son died during childbirth, and then they wrap him up in purple, becoming of a prince, and they send him off up the mountain to live with Chiron in a cave. Chiron is the centaur, the wise centaur who doesn't like to party.
Who came down from the clouds.
From the rain clouds, yes.
And got poisoned by Hercules.
He will eventually get
Okay.
poisoned by Hercules. But right now, he's fine. He's having a good time. Chiron becomes like a teacher, hanging out in this cave on the mountain, raising heroes, doing a great job. Then one day, when Jason is fully grown, when he's 20 years old, he decides he's going to go and he's going to challenge Uncle Pelias for the throne. And so he heads off towards Iolcus. On the way there, he comes upon a raging river, and an old woman standing at the shore saying, "Won't anyone please give me a lift? I'm a poor old woman." And Jason, he's made of heroic stuff, so he offers to carry her on his shoulders.
I thought you weren't shaking your head, and I was like, this is how he gets the curse. One shoe Jason, he says no double crone.
I mean, having one shoe isn't a curse, it's just uncomfortable to walk. Some suggest that it was the way all Greek heroes got about because it made it easier to grip the ground if it was slippery in a wrestling match. So he's carrying this old woman on his shoulders, but about halfway across this raging river, she gets really super heavy, and so he starts losing his footing, and he barely makes it out of the river alive, and it's because the old woman is Hera in disguise, and the weight of her godliness is making her real heavy.
Only for half.
But only for half of it. She only kicks it in halfway through. But she's testing Jason because she wants to know that he's the one to take Pelias down.
So she just becomes really heavy.
She just goes limp.
You know what? He
Carry
wouldn't have slipped if he only had his one shoe at that point.
That's true. He would have been able to grip. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he didn't lose it. Maybe he kicked off the shoe halfway through the river because he was like, I gotta make it cross this river. It's too slippery with shoes on. So he got out the other side of the river with only one shoe on, but having helped this old woman. Some accounts say that Hera showed herself to him and was like, yo, stuff's gonna get real hard real soon, but don't worry, because I'm helping you out along the way. And other accounts say that she just continued pretending to be an old woman, which is,
More power to her.
Jason shows up with one shoe on and says, I'm king now, to Pelias, who's freaking out.
Is there actually how he lost his shoe?
Yes, that's how he lost his
He
shoe.
lost his shoe in the river?
Yeah. How did you think he lost his shoe?
Well, I just thought we were getting to it. I didn't know that was
We did
actually
get to
like
I'm pretty sure I told you last time that he loses it in a river.
Oh, maybe.
Pelias is freaking out because here comes this stranger with one shoe on who he then discovers is Jason, son of Aeson, descendant of Aeolus in the first place. So he's like, damn, this kid's gonna kill me. What am I gonna do about it? And so he has this whole thing where he's like, I am frail and old. I will happily give you the throne. Come to dinner with me. He claims to have received a vision in a dream from Phrixus. Do you remember Phrixus?
No.
He flayed the sheep. He flayed the golden sheep.
That douche.
Yeah, that guy. So he says, Phrixus came to me in a dream and said that we need to bring the golden fleece back home to Iolcus, back home to Greece. But not me, because I'm too old. You should do it because you're 20 and
Hold
young
on.
and virile.
How did the golden fleece, who was the person who flayed the sheep?
Phrixus.
Oh, he was the one who got saved by the sheep.
Yes.
And then killed the sheep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and Pelias is pretending that Phrixus came to him in a dream.
Okay.
And saying, Jason, you have to go and get the golden fleece before you can be king. That's important. You gotta do it. And Jason is a moron. So he believes him and says yes.
And it's all for naught. Said it's a pun.
Because the Argonauts.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Argonauts, Jason goes down to the bay and he starts collecting all the greatest heroes of the age. So I'm just saying that Avengers Infinity War is meant to be the most ambitious crossover of all history. No. We got the Argonauts because
You sound like one of those teachers who's trying to make something sound cool and relevant for the kids.
it is cool and relevant for the kids, Shannon. This boat builder named Argos, appropriate name, has been building the greatest boat of history under the guidance of Athena, because she's the goddess of crafts, among other things. And so it's supposedly the first large seafaring ship. And it's meant to fit at least 50 men aboard. And on top of that, as the finishing touch, Athena pulled a plank off a tree from like a magic grove and sticks it on the front of the ship. She puts it on as kind of the figurehead of the ship and blesses it with the ability to see the future and talk.
Okay.
So now the ship...
That's some plank.
Yeah, and now the ship Argo is like this oracle ship. It's prophetic and can tell the sailors what's going on, which is pretty dope. Argos says that he called it Argo, the ship Argo, because it means fast, but I feel like his name is Argos, and that seems like a thin lie. The heroes, there were like 50 of them. Where's my list?
So Jason managed to get together the most renowned heroes going at that time, but he still didn't manage to get a shoe.
He didn't need a shoe, he needed grip. Yeah, no, he sends out messengers all around Greece to find the greatest heroes of the time. Amongst the list, I'll just pull out a couple because there are 55 listed. So we've got, who do we got? Amphiaraus, we've talked about him before, the seer, the grumpy seer. Mopsus, the magnificent, we've done his story, he's
Wore his
among them.
wig backwards.
Oh, seer, I see what you're doing. We've got Booties of Athens, the Bee Master. We have the Dioscuri, Pollux and Castor and Pollux, better known as the Gemini twins. The Boreads, who are the winged sons of the North Wind, they're pretty cool. Yeah, just lots and lots of people that we have heard of. Atalanta, the Huntress, is in there, which is pretty exciting because she's a chick.
In there?
He is, and that's why I pulled out this copy, because this is my favorite thing. In amongst all these, they've got all these kings and sons of gods and everything all the way through, but no one can beat Heracles of Tiryns, the strongest man who ever lived, now a god. They're ready to set off on their adventures, just before it gets too dark for me to keep filming. Hooray!
Hooray!
So next time we get to actually have naval seafaring excitement.
Cool.
I really sold that just then.
And remember to say what noughts are.
It's a bit like
You've said it like 3 times.
But
A naut
not while you were...
is a sailor.
It's a suffix for a sailor.
It is. The Argonauts,
It's a bit like
astronauts.
Paul.
Ow! Yes.
It is.
What is?
The story.
In what way?
In the fact that there's losses of shoes and you have to carry old women places, otherwise you get cursed.
And it's...
That's also not how I would describe
And it-
holes. Broadly I understand what you're saying, but
It's a lot like Mr. Magnolia, too.
he had only one.
Only one boot.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was Jason in disguise. Alright. Email this to your grandma. Bye. The people will never know that I am wearing Hogwarts pants.